their naturals and their flank points. The beamstones are in range of the rocket shuttles, and oh no, this is not the beamstones. This is the beam battleship. The backpack beam, well, it was doing a good job against the ships that it can hit, but not able to even follow that one. Rockets out on the battleship. It does kill another one of the rocket shuttles with 450. Hello, and welcome to more Stack v Stack Gaming. This is the first match post-tournament that I've been able to come out to. I know people have been doing quite a few games here in the past week and a half, week and 3/4, 2 weeks. I don't know, I can't count. But we're here, we're on BloodMoon, and we're back to the standard 3K 4v4s. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, Dramus, 3 Cats, Goodnut, and Nick on Team 1. Quiz, Crow, Sir Poopit, and Vren on Team 2. And it looks like we're going for a pretty vertical game out of both of these people. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's like both teams are going to be fighting pretty heavily over the Charlie point. Man, OSP does not have that many deploy lines coming in relative to ANS. But what they do have being deployed have a lot of escorts. I think Quiz is rocking the double monitor blob again, maybe? No way, because it's two drops plus 4 escorts each. Is that 3,000 points of rocket shuttles? It might be. Alrighty, here we go. We're dropping down here with the ANS team. That is 450 Axford with a bullseye on the crappy mount. That means this thing is dedicated broadside. Start going through these fleets. Who is this? This is good. Not. Oh yeah, we've got the very beautiful UI. Although I think the skirmish UI was actually already here. It's mostly the main menu UI that's been changed in the server browser. Goodnut here has a broadside Axford with some offensive missiles. Is that what those are? Toad CHJ. I have no idea what that is. That might be Killjoys. Unclear. We got a spy frig, another spy frig, and then a pair of capping hybrid and torpedo sprinters. Dramus has his traditional style of dad fleet with the anchor voxel with 2 escort sprinters, E-War and point defense, and a little swarm of, well, I say swarm, it's really only 4 of them. Sprinters for cap control, 3 of which are torpedoes and guns, and 1 is nearly naked. Nick has 1 very expensive battleship, the beam on the back and guns on the front and bottom. 1 support floodlight reigns. Interesting. I don't see that very often. What in the world? What kind of raiders do you have in this thing? Ammo elevators, small reactor. But where is his radar? Bullseye and a parallax. Okay, so he's really leaning into that anti-jam. I guess trying to deal with the heavy jam monitor blob if that shows up. And he's also got another spy frig hanging out. No capping assets, though. No small offensive ships. It's really just a battleship and 2 things to enable it. 3 Cats has a jam frig escorting 3 beam destroyers. Are they all on top of each other? Yes, they are. All right. It's been a long time since I've seen a build like this. The Triangle of Death. This might pay off. This might go horribly. I genuinely have no idea how that's going to go. So these can grab a bunch of monitors and wreck them. That would be very powerful, very good use of those ships. And then he's also got a naked sprinter for throwing on to capping. Okay, ANS is about to secure their natural, and OSP is just barely getting to secure their natural. What is going on this team? All right, we have 4 Ocellos, 100 rocket shuttles, and a 450 bulk freighter with some support tugs. That's a very strange fleet comp. And no MNs whatsoever, which is a choice, as we've seen, at least from the tournament. OSP is pretty reliant on its monitors right now. We'll see how well they do. Crow's got a Rail Ocello and a... Oh my god, this is built like an Axford, like a greedy Axford. And another Ocello with 450s and T20s, 100mm guns. And even a Mark 66, which is a 120mm gun. A little bit of everything on this. Very low on the point defense. Just a couple of Auroras and a soft kill box at the back. That is allowed this team, the sheer weight of firepower over here on the alpha side has destroyed the Nikki boy from Dramus, which came over here to cap that point earlier. The rocket shuttles are now pouncing on the Sprinter on Charlie. They are missing with those rockets. So that's what Quiz is bringing. This is just 3,000 points worth of rocket shuttles in 2 command groups. I'm not gonna go over all those. Oh, they got jamming on them as well. Yeah, they got some support jamming. And some PD. These are struggle busting against this Sprinter though. They're trying so hard to deal damage to this thing, and it's just not working very well. It has had its gun removed, so OSP could still take this point. There we go. There's some rocket strikes, and they are really struggling to get lands. That's so strange. Just missing point blank. Poopit has 2 450 Ocellos, one of which has torpedoes on. Oh, only 3 torpedoes on it. Okay, that's kind of weird. Bullseye, a couple of Auroras, a couple of Pavises, interruption jammer. I am not really sure what the purpose of this fleet is, but he does have Ocellos with guns that can shoot things, so there is that. Friends got 1 450 Bulker, supported by 1, 2, 3 multi-mission tugs, 1 Bloodhound tug, and 1 poor naked capper that has died up on the Charlie point. Neither team able to secure that midpoint yet. Both have secured their naturals and their flank points. The beamstones are in range of the rocket shuttles, and oh no, this is not the beamstones. This is the beam battleship. The backpack beam, well, it was doing a good job against the ships that it can hit, but not able to even follow that one. Rockets out on the battleship. It does kill another one of the rocket shuttles with 450. Defenders do a decent job of cutting the rockets apart, but oh my goodness, that is a lot of damage. And that is about 1,500 points of rocket shuttles spent to take this battleship out of the fight for a little while. It will be able to get back up with chain restores, but it's never going to be in its old state. Oh no, are these offensive AMMs coming into this too? No, these are AMMs. They're going after the S2s. Yeah. ANS being pushed back a little bit. They really need the 450 firepower of that battleship. Now, the beamstones over on Bravo, and they have secured the B point, but OSP is not over there at all. So this is 3,000 points of fleet that is going to very slowly try to get into the flight. Oh man, they got Dragonfly too, so the top speed's low-ish, relatively speaking, to all the other ships on the map. And their linear thrust is too, and that's their acceleration. That'll take quite a while. It's gonna take another probably 3 minutes for them to even get sight on their opponents, and another like 4 to get to a way in which they can fight them, or a range in which they can fight them. Oh man, you take 2 weeks off from casting and you forget how the game works. Absolute graveyard of shuttles out and kind of towards the ANS spawn area. Oh, rocket shuttles. I wonder how many of them actually managed to get their payload off. Now that is the main combat element of OSP, and it looks like they're pretty much spent. Yeah, there's one functional rocket shuttle up on the Charlie point. The rest of them are out of missiles, I believe. Yeah, or dead. I'm feeling quite a few of those died before getting their payload off. It was very cute. Very cute. Iron suppression system. Okay, so I mean, a lot of those components were grayed before fires even really mattered that much, I think. I don't know, I'm not even entirely sure what the new fire suppression system does exactly. Remember that was added, but I still don't know it off the top of my head. You see, we are very prepared here for the testing gamings this weekend. His battleship is now getting railed and 450'd, and that is kind of the nail in the coffin here. That's exactly what OSP needed, is this follow-up fire. And that spent some of the restores. Yeah, it's now down to 0 restores, so it's never going to be fighting fit again. That fleet is pretty much donezo. Good combination. The rocket shuttles and the SLOs, weirdly good combination, because the rails suppress the target at long range, and the 450s from the ships that actually have the capability to use them at long range kills things. Now the Acellas are boxing with the broadside Axford, and even though one Axford wins against one Acella, one Axford definitely doesn't win against 4 Acellas. I think one of the Acellas caught, yeah, just the tail edge of that reactor bloom though, so that's gonna open it up to 250, even on the bow from that. Oh no, oh, the beams are coming in. Where's the beam going? It's trying so hard to get on the Acella. I think these are being flown in formation, actually, which will completely ruin the Beamstone's ability to aim at anything smaller than a bulk freighter. It's trying to get these things to shoot at things while in formation is just impossible. They have more PD than you can shake a stick at, though, so the last rocket shuttle is going to waste its load. Oh no, that was... Was that a rocket container? Yeah, I think that was rocket containers off the backside of Valar's shield. Okay, the beam destroyers are getting their beams into the slag and grits, which is taking quite a bit of damage quite quickly. 2 drives are out, the bulk magazine is out. Nose is starting to go out. Man, that up-front damage was kind of high, but the sustain just wasn't there. What's going on with these? How many FPAs you got in here? 2? I mean, that's fine. 3 would be better. What's the range? Yeah, about 5 kilometers. Just not quite enough. Another rocket strike out on the Keystones. They're going to be able to clean that up pretty easily. And now the Acellos are rotating away. So one pair of the Acellos are rotating away, or trying to rotate away. This one isn't. From the Keystones. And the other pair of Acellos are pushing in on the flank of the Keystones to try and make use of that big fat broadside that Keystones have that is very vulnerable to the 450s. Yeah, aided swab now, taking a ton of fire. Not locked, but the Acellas are giving good tracks with probably parallaxes. Yep. Yeah, this little Keystone blob is going to go down to this dispersed missile fleet quite quickly. OSP's also managed to maintain the Charlie cap. They're defending their natural point with an MMT against one of Goodnight's cap-controlled torp tugs, although the MMT isn't actually on the point and was not able to kill that shuttle, that Sprinter, with its volley. The Sprinter's going to be able to pounce on that point and maybe uncap it. ANS kind of in hard retreat though right now. They're really combat capability wise. They've got an expert, not hard retreat, in a what's the other bad thing? A bad position, a very bad position, a vulnerable position. Because these keystones are flying directly into 450 fire, and the beams are doing a little bit, but not enough. Not enough to justify the damage that they're taking. That's a beam out on the Elite Rebel. Aided swap, yeah, also has this beam out. So it's okay. So this thing is entirely defanged, and they're under fire. They really got to get the cover, or they're gonna be torn to shreds. We do have a lot of restores, though. Man, these are some expensive ships. I love it. I really like this style of play, even though it's extremely hard to pull off. I think build-wise, ANS had a, or positionally speaking, rather, ANS had a really, man, OSP. What is going on? OSP had a really strong response to the Keystones.
The enemy secured zone eclipse.
Yeah, which faction is which, nobody knows. ANS manages to capture the Echo Point. And I think they're going for the Charlie Point too. These Keystones can get to cover and get restored up. They can be a serious threat again. Did the battleship just go nuclear? Oh yeah. Huh. Didn't see any drive crits when last we looked at it. I guess one got procced by fire. Unclear. The Voxel's coming out here to just strike these MMTs. It's gonna take some 450 fire on the nose. That's gonna hurt. Glonk. Oh yeah. Oh. Is deflecting a little bit of the 450 HE though. Oh no, I think that ship has 120 guns on it too. Scuffle here over the Charlie Point. Really, who controls that Charlie Point is going to determine this game with how things are going thus far. Well, maybe not with ANS having OSP's natural, and they've got the Bravo Point secured. Yeah, OSP just doesn't have hardly any ships on the field. They got Porocellos, but they're not fast, and they're pretty beat up. Only the Railacell is in good health. You know, ANS has one pretty healthy Axford, a ton of sprinters, a handful of spy prigs, enough to spot, yeah, everything currently alive on the map except for this tug. No, it's locked. Never mind, it's locked instead of spotted. Oh, the Keystones are getting hemorrhaged, and that's kind of a problem. ANS really needs those to finish this out of this match. Taking that Charlie Point. OSP's taking the Echo Point back. Or biting the bark. Axford keeps getting spotted and engaged by the 450 Acellos. OSP's got a tiny lead on score. Yeah, ANS just has so many more ships. Now capturing the Alpha Point, and there's not really anything in range to challenge that or to recap. There's nothing in range of the Bravo Point. There's nothing in range of the Delta Point. All of OSP's assets are centered around Charlie, and then there's one tug down on Echo. And you cannot win a game with that. And look at the graveyard up here. Holy crap, dude. That's going in the archives. A little Age of Stale gaming down here.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
It's funny because I think with the armor burned off of it, it's actually better for the slag and grits to be broadside against things with large calibers and just pray for the overpins. And Saxford's steadily losing the fight against all these Ocellos all over the place. Can't point its bow in any direction, although I guess this is intended to be a broadsider anyways. I don't think they really had the weak comp to support that super well, though. They didn't have anything really that was intended to be like a direct combat ship. Saxford's obviously meant to sit at the back, and the battleship's probably meant to sit at the back. I don't know. Yeah, good night calling GG, recognizing that the ANS has 2 combat-capable ships remaining. If they lose those, they're pretty much done ski. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that's bow tanking and combat build. And there it is. That's the game. Now that was a weird one. Oh man, that was a weird one. I think the rocket shuttles kind of won that one. Taking in that battleship really early on was huge. Yeah, the destroyer's not really able to do much.
That was fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
the opposite of fun.
For you, fuckers.
When I saw the rocket shuttles from Quiz, I was like, okay, I need to turn the beam right now. But it wasn't enough.
I only had like 3 rocket shells that survived to rocket the baby at the end.
It killed everything.
Oh. I was
And
gonna
then
ask,
the-
but eventually killed it.
And then
Yeah,
the 450
and
just killed the large DC lockers again, and it was mission killed after that.
That's Force Oak for the win. What can I say?
Task Force Oak for the
Those 120 sidearms or 100mm sidearms on the SL was funny.
yeah,
They're
100
pretty
meters
deadly,
sidearm
aren't they? They're pretty. You shoot at things and they die. It's great.
Wait, what? Hold on, I need to actually
I
call.
was
call
so
because I was-
unlucky that game, just spawning completely away from everyone else. It's like just had to like throw my face into the middle of the open to actually play the game before my teammates died.
Well, we realized that if on that side that beam happened and we had rails, so we're like, open side, please, and it worked.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised the MMTs actually like the 450 MMT fleet like actually did work and just like denied and be annoying.
450 MNT is good, yeah.
450 MMTs is certainly a ship to see.
Well, 450. Well, no, 450 plus some MMTs.
I do want to point out the casual 22k gun damage out of the light cruiser.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think they're
pretty
really underpowered
insane.
and they really need to be buffed. Yes.
I mean, to be fair, it had a lot of targets with the you know
Mhm.
the shuttles. I'm very surprised. I thought there were 2 light cruisers. What the heck? There's just 1.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
wow.
if you look at it,
I didn't even do
those are
400 like
better.
backpack missiles.
well,
Wow.
if you look at it, you get 10,000 damage out of the RPF, 8,000 damage out of the high explosive, and only 3,000 out of the armor piercing. So I think it's clear what needs to be buffed.
Well,
No.
I mean,
Well, if I can see that Estella I battle shorted all my beams out on, I can see it, that beautiful orange tint on your ship, Crow. That's so great.
Ah, yes, those torps. Ow.
That was Orbs? Oh, then didn't I not beam you? Who did I beam?
B. You're being me, but you missed because what happened was you were at 5. You were like 5.7 km, and I was just drifting out, and a double liner driving the hell away from you. and then Corpo. I think who gave me the locks to just rinse you apart, and also giving
Right.
450 support. Yeah, poop it. I think.
I fired on you for like 30 seconds, and then I saw the tug behind you, and was like, "Oh, I'll just be in the tug instead." So I swapped targets to the tug.
That was
I
deliberate.
didn't
I
have
was
a
like,
lock.
so that, well, that was
I
deliberate.
didn't have a
'cause then that
lock
way I
on
could-
it. That was the
yeah.
problem I was having. It was,
Oh, I
my
see.
parallax wasn't locking, so I had to. It was really annoying that game.
You actually did scoop the LRT off the tug, even though your damage on the Ocello and the Bulk Raider wasn't super great.
Only 3 FPAs is just not enough at 6 kilometers.
I mean, fall off is a real. Fall off is a real.
What?
I believe Lowball is playing a very bassy piano.
Sorry.
It's a harpsichord.
I'm so sorry. I was muted.
Also, obviously, BloodMoon's terrible for beamstones.
I was like, I'm gonna bring the new fire module because Crow is probably gonna bring the rail cello. Instantly lies rocket shuttles.
Well, I mean, they weren't my rocket shuttles. Those were Quiz's rocket shuttles.
Yeah, I know.
Those were painful.
The beam couldn't turn fast enough to kill the others.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch. You downed one pretty fast, but the whole time it was just firing into open space because
Yeah.
traverse speed couldn't keep up with the other ones.
It had a mount gyro, but it wasn't enough for it.
So
Damn.
sad to watch.
I brought like some rocket containers as like a backup against like some annoying sprinter, and I was like, "Whoops, that's a lot of PD."